And live. Fix my computer. Number 87, YouTube Live, yoga routine. And this morning, what I want to share is a quote from Ernest Holmes. Life is a mirror. It will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it. And I'll say it one more time. Life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it. I read that quote the other morning. And for me, it means that what you give life is how you will perceive life. So, for example, if you look at a mirror, say the mirror is life, and the quote is kind of self-explanatory, but if you look in the mirror and you smile back at yourself. And that's what I took from it. So today, I smashed all my books on my shelf. I have a little shelf right there. And I have a duster. What else I got there? I have this duster. That's what I do. And the mirror. I have no mirror. That's the mirror of. I don't have a mirror here. So today we're going to continue to do what we've been doing for the last 3 times, which is 2 sun salutations. 1 sun salutation takes close to 20 minutes, and the second one is probably less than a minute. So what we do is begin in mountain pose, then we move into the first sun salutation. Now, the first sun salutation has variations. You're stretching, you're going into the poses right to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. So you're kind of challenging yourself. And then after that, we go to mountain pose, settle, and then we do the second sun salutation, which is a standard sun salutation. And it doesn't have as many variations, and you're not challenging yourself as much because you're already loosened up. You already did the difficult poses, or the so-called difficult poses. And that sun salutation allows you to gain the mindset of easiness. And then that's the mindset that you're gaining in this yoga routine. And it's designed for that, to tap into the feeling of, hey, this is easy. And then you take that mindset and apply it in the so-called real world. And you have this mindset of things are easy. It's all perception, just like the quote I just read. So, and then we'll settle in the mountain pose, focus on our breathing, and that'll be it. So, take off my glasses. So I can't even see the mirror. Okay, so go to mountain pose, feet or our. So feet are shoulder width apart, toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. No tension in the arms or the shoulders. And you're going to lengthen up. So think of a string pulling yourself up from the top of the head. So you pull yourself up, lengthen up, and then you line up the bones of your skeleton, where the skeleton is just standing. So if you were just your skeleton, you're lining up those bones where the skeleton is just standing. So there's no tension anywhere. You're balancing the skeleton. Once you get that balance, focusing on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. And that's the type of yoga that we're doing, is that we're learning a mindset. Not about poses or just about poses. Those are all good. It's a great way to teach yoga. Not taking that away from anyone or any teacher that teaches that way. But that's not what we're doing. We're focusing on the breathing. And the mind and body connect as one. You're becoming one. You're gaining that mindset of oneness. And in the mountain pose, you're gaining the mindset of firmness, easiness, and oneness. So the body is one with the earth, just like the mountain is one with the earth. And just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. And you bring palms together, thumbs to the heart center, push the arms out, up and back. My hands will disappear in the camera. All you do is try to keep the symbolic hand gesture of the prayer. If not, you can go out, I go out, or you can have your arms go like this if you like. Remember, just let the mind and body connect. Inhaling is the first stretch, so you go nice and easy on the first stretch. Then you hinge forward from the lower back. And you're just going to hang in the ragdoll. Now the ragdoll, arms dangling, head is dangling, so no tension in the neck or the arms. And in this pose, you're not pulling yourself down, you're not pushing yourself down, you're not trying to be somewhere. You just accept where the body goes. Again, that's a mindset of acceptance, accepting yourself on the mat, accepting yourself out in the real world when you take that mindset off the mat. And just focus on the breathing. Now, when you focus on the breathing here, it heightens your awareness. So you may be aware of an issue you have in the lower back or the hamstrings or the knee or anywhere, but you're not focused on that stuff. You're focusing on the breathing. So again, a mindset. Focus on the problems. You're aware of them, but you're not focused on them. So palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then you exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Forehead's going to the knees. You are pulling yourself in and down on this one. Pushing all the air out. Then arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale. And again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. And then exhale. Pull yourself in and down. Palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top of the foot's to the floor of the back. Knees to the floor. Hips are square. So they're pushing forward. You square up the hips. Pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight. Or maybe arched. To your palms, maybe to your fingertips. Maybe you're up higher. Maybe you're just like this, because that's where you are. You accept it. Doesn't matter. And you just focus on the breathing. Now in this pose, you want to make sure the knee in the front. Get stuff all in my pants. The knee in the front is not going over the toes. If it is, you want to lengthen up some. Can't speak yet. I would say I'll speak better in a little bit, but that might not be true. And you're just focusing on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. And again, when you're focusing on the breathing, it heightens your awareness of what's going on in the body, what you're stretching, what you might have an issue with, But you're not focused on that stuff. You're focusing on the breathing. Just aware of that stuff. Then we're going to go to the monkey. So with the monkey, curl the toes under in the back. Keep the knee to the floor. You're going to go up. So the foot and the knee is lined up with the right shoulder in the front, for the front. And then the back leg is lined up. So you're lined up with the left shoulder. So you're square forward, and then your shoulder width apart. Arms go up, reaching up. So with this, you are reaching up. Arms can be together. Maybe they're like this. I wouldn't do that, but arms are parallel. I'm just trying to open it up so you do what you want to do, need to do. Or you have your arms out. But whatever you're doing, keep the fingers as wide as you can. That's one thing you should try to do. Middle fingers are pointing straight up. And you're reaching up. Now you can look up, you can look forward. For me, when I look up, I hear an echo. So immediately my mind goes, leaves the yoga mind, right? Leaves the mind and body one, because I'm thinking how it's probably echoing in the audio or as the audio. And just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Now, if you're wobbling, that's fine. That's where you are. You accept it. Say, hey, I'm wobbling. Don't think, hey, I'm wobbling. I shouldn't be wobbling. It's not what we're doing. It's okay. Where you are. You can focus on the breathing while you wobble. It's better than the judgment. And wherever you are, reach up higher. Just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now palms go down to the front. Knee goes off the floor. And the back leg is straight as you can get it. This is the high lunge. You to your palms if you can. Maybe to your fingertips. Back leg is straight as you can get it. Back is straight. The back may be arched. Maybe you're up like this. You can keep the back straight here, but you could arch it too. But wherever you are, find that spot right before you feel like, man, should go any further. I don't know if I should do it any further. If you're thinking that, stay where you are. Accept where you are. Focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now, we're going to go into the pigeon. Right foot goes over to the left side. It's a foot down from the left hand, so 12 inches down from the palm of the left hand. And you're going to sink onto the leg. So torso goes down, hip bones are still square. And just let the body go where the body goes. This pose, you're not pushing into it. Again, it's about acceptance. Letting the body go where it goes. No judgment. Not trying to be somewhere. No control. Just accept. And I know I'm talking into the floor. I'm working on getting a mic. I gotta get the room. I gotta get the room soundproof first. Now, palms to the floor. You push yourself up. You're arching the back. You are pushing in this pose, so the hip bones are square still, pushing forward. Head is going back. Doing the best you can. Your back can be straight if you like. But wherever you are, just accept it and focus on the breathing. Letting go of the mindset of judgment. Once you're settled, you let go of the mindset of judgment. You just accept. Very important. Acceptance. And you're going to fall back on the leg. Again, you're not pushing in this, so pulling yourself down. Just let the body go where it goes. And just focus on the breathing. And again, you're going to push yourself up. And you are pushing into it. So the back is arched. If you have the back arch, if it's straight, you're still pushing forward. You think of the hips pushing forward. Not the back is arched, and you're going and you're arching out. Scoop. Scooping up and back. And just do the best you can. Now, you're going to bring yourself out of the pose, and we're going to go into the high lunge. To do that, you want to curl the toes under, and then you want to get yourself out of the stretch first. You don't want to be in the stretch and just try to go into the next pose. Might hurt yourself, injure yourself. So move around, get out of the pose a little bit, position yourself, and then you're going to get there how you have to. So everybody's going to be different, and you're going to go to the high lunge. So the right foot's between the hands. Settle in the high lunge before you go to downward dog. We're using it as a transition pose. So here and then downward dog. Now with the downward dog, you are pushing into it. The hands are straight. The hands are straight. The arms are straight. I'm gonna crack this door. The arms are straight. Legs are straight. See, I have a new light there, so I can't open the door. Might be able to put that light on the ceiling eventually. Tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. You're pushing into this pose. You're really pushing into it. So you get into the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't push anymore. Find that spot. Wherever that spot is, accept it. Don't judge it. Don't think, man, I can go further, or man, I'm doing this perfectly. Even that mindset, let it all go. Letting the mindset of judgment go. Letting the mindset of comparing. Just be in the moment and accept it. Focus on the breathing. Push a little more and then slide into the upper dog. Drop down to the knees and the chest. You slide up. And with the upper dog, tops of the feet are to the floor. Palms into the floor. That's the only things that are touching, palms and tops of the feet. Now, if you need to modify this pose, you go down to the easy pose. I'm sorry, not the easy pose. The small cobra. Started thinking about the door. So I said the wrong pose. So with the small cobra, chest is off the floor, palms are touching the floor, but you're not using them. You're not pushing up. You're using the back muscles. So you're pulling up. Back muscles are pull muscles. Or you do your hands and knees. Or you're in the small upper dog and you're modifying it. But wherever you are, just accept it. Then back to downward dog. Downward dog, you're pushing into it. Really push into it this time. But of course, you only go to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot. Get your arms straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones going to the ceiling. Heels towards the floor. No tension in the neck. Let the head dangle. And then just settle there. And focus on the breathing. Now, just because you commit to the pose, and you're here, and you're like, man, that doesn't mean you have to stay in it. Listen to your body still. If it's getting too much, say, man, this is getting too much. Hear yourself, and then bring yourself out of it a little bit. Or do the opposite. Man, I can go into it a little bit more. Hear yourself and go into it a little bit more. Then accept where you are. Now left foot is up between the hands. That's the foot that you took back. So that's the one you bring back up. Man, it's nice outside. I tell you, with that door open, it's nice. So back foot, top the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight. Maybe arched to your palms, maybe to your fingertips. Again, maybe you're up like this, right? That's where you are, that's where you are. Maybe you're leaning. That's where you are, that's where you are. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Do the best you can, accept. Now, if the front knee is going over the toe, lengthen up some. And just focus on the breathing. Now with the back foot, curl the toes under. We're going into the monkey. So you keep the knee down to the floor. Keep the left foot lined with the left shoulder. Well, really the foot here, but think of the knee. Line it up with the right shoulder. Shoulders are square. And you're reaching up. Arms are parallel, maybe out some. But wherever you are, keep the fingers as wide as you can get them. And the middle fingers are pointing straight up. You're looking up, you're looking forward. Whoa, see? I didn't almost fall, but I felt myself wobbling. Now, if you are wobbling, it's fine. Focus on the breathing. Be aware that you're wobbling, but accept it, because that's where you are. Matters. It's the mindset. Yoga, the hatha part, the routine, physical part, it's just a tool for the mind. So reach up more, wherever you are, reach up a little bit more and focus on the breathing. Palms go down to the front, knee goes off the floor. We can do the high lunge. So with the high lunge, back leg is straight, as straight as you can get it. Back is arched maybe, or straight. And just accept where you are. Now you're focusing on the breathing, and that's all you're focusing on. Now you may be aware of something going on in the leg or the knee, but you're not focused on that. Again, that's part of not focusing on your issues or your problems. You're aware of them, you address them, but you're not letting them control you. For me, I have an issue. I always say I have an issue with my hip, actually from my spine. I keep on saying my hip, from my spine. And this routine right here, I believe is helping it out. I would use the word healing, but I'm not sure yet. So left foot goes over it. The right side is a foot down from the hand. So it's 12 inches down from the hand. Of course, I touched the wall behind me. Hip bones are square. And you're going to fall on top of the leg. This is the pigeon. Fix my shirt. And in this pose, you're not pushing yourself down. Just letting the body fall where it falls. And then just focus on the breathing. Now bring yourself up, palms go to the floor, right under the shoulders, and then you push yourself up. Arms are straight. Hip bones are still square, or square as you can get them. You're arching, so you're doing a scoop, so you're pushing out with the hip bones. So my elbow is the hips. Pushing, head is going back. Probably a terrible model because my forearm can't bend on my back. But that's all I have. Wish I could open the door more. Now I could open the door where, let's go down to the pigeon, just focusing on the breathing or focusing on what I'm about to say. So I could open the door first and then have the light. But then that light flashes outside. People think I'm doing SOS. SOS. Palms underneath the shoulders, push yourself up and back, scooping, arching. This might be my favorite routine, only because I really think it's helping my lower back. I want to use the word heal, but it's tricky because I'm not sure if it's healing it or just building up strength around the part of my spine. Is that healing? I'm not sure if it's healing. Now, we're going to go into the high lunge before we go into the standing forward bend. To get in the high lunge, curl the toes under in the back, and then you get yourself out of the stretch. And everyone's going to be different, so you're going to get that left foot up between the hands, however you can. Don't judge it. It doesn't matter how you get it there. Settle in the high lunge, then move into the standing forward bend. The standing forward bend, palms are to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Pull yourself in and down. And you're focusing on the breathing. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Exhale. And then the mountain pose. Remember with the mountain pose, toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent. Hips are tilted. Arms relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Find that spot where the bones of the skeleton are all lined up. Like this bone right here might be turned like this because it helps balance this, whatever it is, because you want the skeleton to stand by itself so there's no tension anywhere in the body. And the reason I know that's possible is because the Guinness Book of World Records, check this out, 9 bowling balls. Somebody stacked up 9 bowling balls. So you got them all lined up perfectly. There's no tendons, ligaments, muscle, skin, nothing around that. So that's the same thing you're thinking with the skeleton. Now we're going to do the standard sun salutation. So we just did one with variations, made it a little challenging, maybe challenging. Technically it would be challenging because you go to the spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go. But if it is challenging, and it is challenging, it's going to be more challenging than the second one. And then, so the standard sun salutation is where you tap into, hey, this is easy, because you just did a so-called challenge sun salutation. Now you're going into the standard one where we're just going to stay in the poses maybe 3 to 5 seconds, focusing on the breathing, thinking this is easy. So you take that mindset of this is easy off the yoga mat. You apply it in the real world. This is easy. You're driving to work. This is easy. You're at work. This is easy. The boss comes to you and says something. Do this assignment for the day. This is easy. This is easy. And then that's the quote That's the quote that I gave in the beginning. That this is easy. Say it in the reflection of the mirror. And what comes back? This is easy. This is easy. This is easy. That's your mind. That's not crazy. That's the mind. I'm thinking this is easy. So all perception. Now palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward, palms go to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Think of this is easy, focusing on the breathing. Palms to the sides of the feet, left leg is back, into a low lunge, opening up, focusing on the breathing. Then a quick high lunge, then downward dog, pushing into it, focusing on the breathing. Slide into the upper dog, or modify it how you have to. And downward dog, focusing on the breathing, pushing into it. Then left foot is up between the hands, low lunge, opening up, focusing on the breathing. And quick high lunge, then standing forward bend. Move yourself in and down, focusing on the breathing. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale, palms out, stare down and out, exhale. And then go back to mountain pose. Remember mountain pose, toes are up, spread the toes, each toe touches the floor one at a time. You find a spot where the skeleton is just standing, just like I explained. Find that spot. Everyone's going to look different, so don't judge it. How you think you should look. Just accept it and focus on the breathing. And when you're focusing on the breathing, you want to bring your attention to the abdominals. When you inhale, the belly expands. You exhale, the belly goes in. So you just watch yourself breathe there. Bring your attention to the tip of your nose. Watch the air go in and out. And just watching it. Now it's natural to bring your attention to the breathing and you start controlling it. That's natural. Letting go of the mindset of control. Just watch it. Stay here a little bit longer, so just watch yourself breathe. The palms together. And that's it. So I'll get my glasses. So that's number 87, YouTube Live Yoga Routine. And I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste. Peace and love.